Discussing the topic Barbados, a brain drain nation or an expat haven, Dr. Devonish told the large group of business persons and government officials such an exercise will provide data to help make policy decisions.
I believe a labour demand survey would not only provide us with where employers are in terms of the needs, the kinds of skills that they're requiring, but it would give us an understanding as to why we're seeing such an uptick in importation of labour from sectors that I've just observed, like agriculture and construction. When I was in St. Vincent, when we did the labour demand survey, it was around the time, and this was in 2020, this was at the height of COVID. I was going to St. Vincent, doing my work when most countries were under shutdown. St. Vincent was pretty active. And I remember during that time, when we had the results from the survey, which went into 2021, employers were saying that we needed more hospitality workers.
The university official complimented government for its labour supply survey already in place and suggested a partnership between the Barbados Employers Confederation and the Labour Department to work on such an initiative and make it either an annual or semi-annual affair.
But the idea is that if we can have such an exercise, we can make this exercise a staple, like how we have the labour force survey that's done every quarterly, but it could be done probably every year, because this is what I typically work. I develop a best practice manual for how to conduct labour demand surveys in St. Vincent, which can be done every year, and they take that data and they feed it into the educational sector. Because we talk a lot about, think about it, we talk a lot about migration, but we also have to talk about educational transformation.
In a wide-ranging address, Dr. Devonish said such a survey had already been done successfully in St. Vincent, yielding much success.
Having a labour demand survey that we can see if there's that mismatch between the labour supply and the labour demand. And when you put these two things together, you get then what is referred to as a labour market needs assessment. And I think that is what we need, that's where we need to go when it comes to the data to make policy decisions. I'm a strong believer in evidence. And I think that every policy or any policy that's going to be developed, whether it's a managed migration policy or a policy to reverse brain drain or to create brain gain, which is the inverse of that, it has to be led by evidence.
The university officials said agriculture and healthcare are also areas of concern for a labour demand survey. Trevor Thorpe for the Business Report.
The kinds of skills that they're requiring.